All right, it's time for piano. Hey everybody, welcome to piano today. I'm so glad we can have our class this Saturday. It's a little bit gloomy outside here at my place with rain and cold and stuff like that. Hopefully it's not like that at your place, but I'm happy you're joining me for piano today. Couple things that you could do for me before we get started. If you can like this video and share this video, you know that helps me every single time, okay? The second thing, of course, go ahead and subscribe, right? It's like the button's right there. You can do it, right? Hey Karina, nice to see you. Yeah, so subscribe. Like that's the best thing to do so you get the notifications that it's time for piano, okay? The next thing, of course, go ahead and join also our Discord community. Woohoo, there it is, Discord. We're having fun. Like we've got, I think 180 members now. Everybody's separated into their classes, so it's not like you're bombarded by like little kid videos and things like that. No, like if you're in adults and teens, you have your adults and teens class. You can also do like song requests and different things like that that you want to learn. And just make it your own. It's our little community, so join us. And then, of course, the last thing, I'm on Patreon. So Patreon is like, obviously, the way that I get my income. So if you want to keep these lessons coming, if you want to support, pick a tier that works for you. We've got $3 a month, the cost of a coffee, all the way up to $90 a month. And I've got several openings left at the $90 level if you want private lessons. I have several adult students that are using this to really like fine tune their learning and get that one-on-one attention from me every other week. So if you see a spot available at the elite patron level, snag it up, right? Like $90 is not that bad for private lessons. So join me there. All right, everybody. It's time to review our songs from last week. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so Karina says it's raining at her place too. Yeah, it's kind of like gloomy today. I don't really know what it is. Maybe it's just one of those cold, rainy, wet winter days. That's okay. All right, let's pull out our books. We're here in our adult all-in-one lesson book. This is level 1. We are going to be reviewing our song from last week, and that is on page 105. Okay, 105. All right, there it is. Wonderful. Cockles and Muscles. This was that really, really sweet, like Irish little, I guess it's like a romantic tune or something. I don't know. It's just really cute. It's a cute little song. But it's got a really good review about our triads, right? So as we're traveling up the piano in triads, or groups of 3 notes separated by thirds, in the left hand, you'll hear that pattern going, okay? Let's switch to piano view so we can play this one together. Hope you're ready. Oh, I know you're ready. Hopefully you got some good practice in, okay? All right. So, Cockles and Muscles. It's in 3/4 time. We're in C position. So I've got my right hand pinky on G, thumb on middle C, and then my thumb on G below middle C, okay? Let's see how this song sounds together. 1, 2, 3, ready, play. Cute song. I loved it. Yes. So how did you do? Did you do okay? Did you mess up on anything? It's okay if you did. You just might need a little bit more time at the piano working on those tricky spots. I know that some of those tied notes can surprise us at some point, and melodically, some of those triads might sound a little sad sounding, right? Because they've got this like minor tone to them, right? We're gonna learn about that, but not today. You did lovely on this beautiful song, Cockles and Muscles, so give yourself a hand. Woohoo! It's always fun when we do that. Let's turn the page. We've got a lot of good stuff to learn today, okay? Now on page 106, we've got a really big page of music theory that we're going to be catching up on. So we're going to be going over it verbally today, okay? So a quick review of the primary chords, okay? There are 3 chords in each key that are very, very important. Okay, they're built on the first tone, the 4th tone, and the 5th tone of a scale, okay? You might recognize these because as we've been learning our songs, we've learned a 1 chord in C major, right? We've learned a 4 chord, that's that F major chord, or every now and then I call it the Chick-fil-A chord because it's CFA and C major. And then we've also learned the V7, or in this case, the G7, since we are in C major, okay? So let's do a little music theory review about how to find those primary chords in C major. We will switch to piano view so you can see it exactly as we're going along here, okay? All right, I'll switch. Okay, yes. Primary chords in C major, okay? So if I've got my thumb here in C position left hand, you will know that a C major scale begins with the first tone of a C. That's where I have my pinky, okay? You see the triad built on that is the C major triad. C, E, and G, okay? That is a very important chord. Okay. Now they also said that the second important chord is built on the 4th tone of the scale. Okay. So in this case, the 4th tone would be C, D, E, F. F is the 4th tone. So if we build our triad on that 4th tone, it's F, A, C. Okay. The third and final chord that's most important in our scale of the primary chords is the V7, okay? And that's built on the 5th tone of the C major scale, okay? Remember, here's our C. Let's count up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see the G? That G, we will build a triad on that. And in order for it to be a G7 or a V7, we're going to add the 7th tone of that little scale there. Okay, so there's G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to throw that F on the top, okay? And there's that sound with that one, okay? It's a little confusing, I'm not going to lie, okay? But at the top of page 106, there's a really great explanation, okay? If you need to really dig deep down into this, all right? Now, I'm going to go back to this C major 1 chord. We're very familiar with that one, right? And then we've got the F major chord, that's the 4 chord. And then we have our V7 on the 5th tone with a 7th thrown on top. Okay, now, like I said before, those primary chords are all in C major, okay? The cool thing about this music theory-wise is that these formulas that we're learning for primary chords can be applied to any key on the piano. So we're learning it in C major, right? C major is probably the most basic key that we can learn because there's no sharps or flats. But what if we were to try it in a different key? Like say we were doing a G major, right? Then the 1 chord would be your G major, your 4 chord would be your C, and your 5th would be on a D with a 7 thrown on top. Do you see how this is working? We're going to dig deep into this more. I might be doing a separate music theory lesson just to talk about how these chords are built, okay? So bear with me if it's a little bit confusing, okay? Now, in this, we also have something called chord progressions, okay? Now, how we keep chords going in a song has to be sort of managed in a way by a chord progression, right? It's kind of unnatural to be jumping like this all the time, right? So in order to make it more natural for the hand at the piano, we manipulate the location of some of these notes, okay? Now, let me show you in music what this looks like, okay? All right. Now, this might look kind of funny. I did it this morning. So here for the chord progression, if we look at a C major, this is our C major spot here. That's a C. We go up a D, that's your second tone. E, that's your third. And there's your F, right? You see that first whole note right there? This F, a third above is A, and a third above is your C, okay? Now that's quite awkward to jump from a C major all the way up to an F major. So what they did was they took that C at the top of your F major chord and they dropped it down on the bottom. That is allowed in music theory, so don't worry. I'm not like making this up. So the C drops down below. And what do you know? It's a lot more of a natural feel as you play it. Here's your C major, and then here's your F major. Notice we keep that C on the bottom. The only thing changing is the F and A, okay? Very, very good. All right, that's your F major chord. You notice that's the 4. There's my Roman numeral 4, okay? Now, switching over to the more complicated chord here. This one looks kind of ugly, but I tried. Okay, so the V7 chord, right? The V stands for your Roman numeral 5, corresponding to your 5th tone in the C major scale. That means we're going to be on a G, okay? Remember, this is bass clef. Pinky bass clef on your G. Now, if we were to play the 5 chord above with the 7th added on top, that would be a G with a finger 5, a 3 on B, and then put your thumb way up there stretched to an F. Yeah, it's weird. It's not very natural. So what they did instead is they moved this B way up here down below underneath so it fits under your hand better, and this F way up here they put it right next to the G that we know very well, okay? So in C position it would sound something like this. Here's your C major, and then now here is your brand new V7. It's right there, okay? It's not too crazy, okay? Remember, we're going to be doing this music theory a little bit more in depth in another video, okay? Now, hopefully that wasn't too overwhelming for you. If it was, I apologize. But there's more ways that we can go about it, right? Okay. Now, taking a look here at page 107, okay? On 107, we have a new song, all right? It's called Got the Blues, okay? Or Got Those Blues, okay? Now, those chord progressions that we just spent a good 15 minutes going over, that is basically teaching us the formula to blues music, okay? Blues follows a formula, okay? And if you see in the pink box, it gives you the formula. 4 measures of the 1 chord, right? 1, bum, 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 ba, bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, bum. Then it switches 2 measures of the 4 chord. Bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. Then back to a 1 chord. Bum, 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 7 chord, right? Then it's to a 4 chord, back to a 1 chord, right? Yes. So it's very important for us to learn those chords, those primary chords in C major, so we can apply this formula. You can even try and create your own blues song if you wanted. Well, not this week. Maybe next week. This week, though, we have to learn a really good example of a blues song, okay? Now, blues music is the lifeblood filled with emotion. And it was the birthplace of blues was here in the United States of America. If you don't have the blues, then you're not feeling it, right? It's all about feeling, okay? So looking here at our little song here, Got Those Blues, it's a moderately slow song. It's not going to be very fast, okay? It's going to begin with the right hand playing an open sixth, and then it follows this pattern with a quarter, quarter, eighth note, quarter, quarter, eighth note, okay? As we're going through it, you'll be able to follow it, okay? Now the notes here can be quite tricky. So I'm going to play the right hand very slowly in piano view so we can follow along, okay? Remember, this is moderately slow, okay? As we learn it, don't let it get you down if you get it incorrect. That's okay. That's why you have multiple times to try it. Now I'm starting with my thumb on E above middle C, okay? It opens with the sixth. Let me count off and we'll see how it sounds, okay? 1, 2, ready, play. Sixth, 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 G, A, G, sixth, 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 G, A, G, sixth, G, A, G, sixth, G, A, G. Now fifth with the finger 4 and a B flat. G, A, G, E, G, A, G. Now it changes on the second measure of the second line. Thumb on an E flat with a pinky on a C. G, A, G, E flat. G, A, G, back to a regular E, sixth. G, A, G. Now a fifth with the B flat on top. G, A, G, E, G, A, G. Now we're gonna shift our hand up. Thumb on F, pinky on D. G, A, G, back down with your thumb on your E flat at the last line, first measure, C. G, A, G, now a natural E, thumb, regular E. Last note is a fermata B flat. Yes, it's tricky, huh? Yes. It is a hard song, but that's okay. We're going to be going over it quite a bit, all right? Let's play that right hand section one more time, okay? I'm going to pick up the tempo just a hair, okay? Make a note of your accidentals, your sharps and flats when they come in. I'm circling all of my flats right now because I don't want to miss them. There they are. Okay, perfect. Here we go. I'm going to count off. 1, 2, ready, play. To F and D, E flat, B flat with the fermata. Very good. All right, that was tricky. Take a deep breath. It's hard. I know, it's okay. This is probably the very first truly difficult piece in this book, okay? It's had some hard moments before in the book, but this is the first one that's actually like, it makes you sweat a little bit because you're like, dang, I need to do this, right? Take it slow. Take it line by line, okay? Or the pattern. Take the formula of the blues and just work on those little sections, okay? Now, there's different things I didn't even mention in the right hand. We have staccato. We also have diminuendos and crescendos, right? So the dynamics are something that's really going to help communicate like how much emotion the blues have in them, okay? Don't worry about those things until you get confident with your notes, okay? Once you're feeling good about your notes, then you can start adding all of those musical elements to make it something special, okay? Now, the left hand, luckily, isn't quite as difficult because it's a review of our primary chords, right? We learned this at the beginning of lesson and throughout the book, okay? There was a reason why they had you learn these early on in the book. Now that way we can apply it to this blues song and have the right hand be the most difficult section to work on, okay? Let's do a review of the left hand notes. I will switch to piano view so we can go through those together, okay? You'll verbally hear me say the Roman numeral names to those chords, okay? They will follow the blues formula too, so lucky you. All right, here we go. All right, if you're still watching, thank you. Y'all are amazing. I know it's hard, but stick with it, okay? We're gonna find our left hand finger, one on the G below middle C, and we're gonna count off. Ready? 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 1, 1, rest. 1, 1, 1, rest. 1, rest. 1, rest. 1, rest, rest, rest. Changes to a 4, 4, 4, rest. 4, 4, 4, rest. Back to a 1, rest. 1, rest. 1, rest, rest, rest. To a B7, 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 rest. Back to a 4, 4, 4, rest. Now a 1, rest and a 1, rest and a 1, 1, end on 1 with a fermata. Ooh. All right, so that one should probably boost up the confidence in you, right? If you know your primary chords and you've got like 50% of this song, okay? That's a good starting point, okay? Now, you could probably learn to memorize that blues formula, okay? It's a fun formula because all you need to know are those primary chords and you can sort of make your own blues song, right? So if you feel like exploring that, give yourself the time and the space and allow yourself to explore the formula, okay? I'm sure you can come up with something cool, right? We could probably make up something like quarantine blues with all of the stuff going on right now. So if that gives you a little bit of freedom of expression, then feel free to do that, okay? Now, let's try the left-hand section once more, and then I'll play it for you hands together so you can see how it sounds, okay? Here we go. All right, left hand, C major. I'm going to kick up the tempo just a hair so we can go through it a little more quickly. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest. 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 rest, 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 ritardando, and there it ends. Very nice, yes. Excellent. Yes, I mean, be proud of yourselves. It's a song that's really going to feel good once you get it, okay? I promise you. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play this for you, hands together, so you hear what it sounds like. But I want you to also remember something, okay? The blues is something where you can sort of have this freedom to linger on certain notes that creates like a rhythmic pattern that's da 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 ba dum ba dum ba. It's a little bit lazy in certain points. So you'll see that I'm going to apply this uneven blues rhythm to the eighth notes, okay? This is not a requirement to do that, because as you're learning it, obviously you want to learn it straight rhythm. But once you feel comfortable and you want to put your own flavor to it, make sure that you're doing this pattern. It's a long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, right? Really see if you can get that. If you can recognize that in my time that I'm doing it hands together, that's a really good test of your ear, okay? Make sure it's the long, short pattern, not the short, long, short, long. The opposite would be kind of interesting to hear, right? Yes. All right, I'll switch to piano view and I'll play this for you, okay? It's a fun song. It's a little bit tricky, but you can do it. Just put the time in and I promise you you'll be able to play this, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. Fun. You're gonna be able to play it like that too, I promise you. Yes, keep the practice up on this one. It's really, really fun. The satisfaction that you get after playing a song like this is going to be incredible, okay? And it just gets more fun from here, okay? We have so many amazing songs in the rest of this book. And just imagine what it's going to be like when we hop into level 2 books. Oh, mind-blowing. You're going to be doing some amazing stuff, okay? Just stick with it, okay? If it's hard, take a deep breath, step back from your music for a bit, and then return with a clear head and a clear mind, okay? There's no pressure to get this done at a certain time. These courses are self-paced for a reason, right? It gives you the time and the space to figure things out on your own time, okay? All right, when you're ready to perform it for me, then drop it in your Discord, in your class, okay? And then I can help you out, okay? Wonderful lesson today. Oops, I'm dropping pencils here. Nice job today, everybody. You did amazingly well, okay? Now, quick reminder, of course, Patreon. Figure out something that works for you and support me. I would love it. I'd love to see your names pop up on there. It brings me a smile every single time I sign into Patreon to see your faces and your pictures and your names. It's so lovely. All right. Next, of course, YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe. The button's just right there. It's not that hard. You hit the button and that way you get the reminders that it's time for a lesson, okay? And then, of course, our Discord, right? There's the little logo. Ooh, Discord. So join our community, right? So if you want to reap the benefits of being in my classes, give me the chance to get to know you better and know your playing and see what you're struggling with, and so I can help you through it, okay? Go ahead and join our Discord. All right, we're going to end with our music quote, right? It's time. Music quote time. Okay, so I've found that this one is very apropos because we are learning about the basics of blues. And of course, we have to talk about our amazing American blues singer-songwriter, Muddy Waters. This is his quote, so listen to what he says. "My blues are so simple, but so few people can play it right." Yeah. If you think about it, like I said before, like the blues, it's not like a terribly difficult pattern of music to learn, a formula. But if you don't have the heart in it, it's going to be really, really hard to communicate it authentically, right? You really got to be able to like speak from your heart. Maybe you're in pain. Maybe you're depressed. Maybe you're hurting. Maybe you're happy. Maybe you're confused. But that's the beauty of the blues, is it gives you the formula to communicate all of that. And if your heart's in it, then everyone's going to know it, right? It's just another form of communication. Thanks so much for joining me for piano. We had fun. Keep working hard, keep practicing, and I will see you on Discord, and I'll see you later. Have a good one. Bye.